Welcome to another FilmDoo Top 10 video. In this video, we explore the top 10 Blaxploitation films. The 1970s saw the rise of a new genre of film in American culture, centered around Black urban identity. The movement's intention was to make mainstream movies that the growing Black population of America could relate to. Blaxploitation films portrayed the grittiness of inner city life and were full of exaggerated characters, sex, and violence. Because of the nature of the genre, many overlooked the true value of Blaxploitation films, writing them off as B-movies. Although many of these films were cheap rehashes of basic plots, there are plenty of hidden gems buried in the mix. Kickstarting our list at number 10 is Across 110th Street. To get a taste of what cinema was like before it adopted some kind of political correctness, then this is the film to watch. Like many films of the Blaxploitation genre, Across 110th Street is an American crime drama dealing with gang warfare. The plot follows two New York City cops investigating amateur crooks who are trying to rip off the mafia. The film is set in the district of Harlem and certainly doesn't shy away from portraying the area's grittiness. From prostitution to murder, the movie touches on aspects of real life as well as exaggerated action. At number 9, Black Gestapo. This extremely violent Blaxploitation film stars Charles Robinson as an officer in the People's Army, a group within the Black community that are given a grant to help those disadvantaged in LA by ridding the area of white gangsters. However, the People's Army lose sight of their original aim, and soon they are no better than the gangsters and are themselves leading the community to revolt. Moving on to number 8, Book of Numbers. In one of his best early roles, Philip Michael Thomas stars in this highly regarded 1973 Blaxploitation film. With pretty explicit language and violence, this film is a no-holds-barred depiction of African American life in the South. Book of Numbers is wild in plot and atmosphere, and shows that fighting the KKK is anything but predictable. If you enjoy watching Philip Michael Thomas in Miami Vice, you'll definitely love him in this role.
Pass out! He's a nigger! Damn! He is a nigger! Yeah, bad nigger!
Number 7, Hitman. George Armitage's Hitman is a Blaxploitation version of Ted Lewis's novel Jack's Return Home, more famously filmed as Get Carter starring Michael Caine. Hitman features an all-black cast and follows a former football player, Bernie Casey. When he moves back to LA, he becomes involved with the underground porn industry while seeking vengeance upon the gang who killed his brother.
And the wrong guy died. They buried his body, but his soul survived for JD's revenge.
At number 6, JD's Revenge. J.D. Walker is a vicious and abusive hoodlum from 1940s New Orleans who is shot dead for a heinous murder. In 1976, J.D.'s vindictive spirit takes over a previously sweet and likable struggling law student, turning him into a lethal and womanizing criminal. With this new facade, J.D. begins taking revenge upon all those responsible for his death. At the halfway point in our list is Uptown Saturday Night. Steve Jackson and Wardell Franklin sneak out of their houses one Saturday night to visit Madame Zenobbia's high-class but illegal nightclub. Unfortunately for them, however, the place is robbed during their visit, and the two are forced to hand over their wallets. When they realize that Steve's wallet contained a winning lottery ticket worth $50,000, the two endeavor to recover the stolen ticket. They get themselves into plenty of bizarre situations on the way, helped in no small part by their partnership with local gangsters.
7 women in the palm of his hand, Willie D.
Number 4, Willie Dynamite. This 1974 feature stars Roscoe Orman as Willie Dynamite, a successful and ruthless pimp. As the second most prolific pimp in the city, he is eager to get to the top by any means, but a prostitute turned social worker is equally as determined to make sure that doesn't happen. Willie is a misguided character whose destructive lifestyle leads to plenty of disaster, not only for himself, but also for those around him.
My name's Coffy.
At number 3, Coffy. Pam Grier starred in many films in the 1970s, but her role in Coffy gained her the title of the Queen of Blaxploitation. At face value, the film is just another Blaxploitation flick, but is also one of the first to feature a woman in a very strong central role. Pam Grier plays a nurse on a rampage after her sister has overdosed on drugs that were given to her by a dangerous pusher. Coffy is a must-watch for anyone interested in blaxploitation or anyone who just wants to see Pam Grier at her very best. At number 2 we have Shaft. Directed by Gordon Parks, Shaft is one of the most iconic American blaxploitation films. The white gangster Bumpy Jones calls on private detective John Shaft after Bumpy's daughter is kidnapped by a rival black gang. Shaft is helped by the NYPD, who are determined to avoid gang warfare. Shaft is tough, smart, and ultimately succeeds in his mission in this absorbing action flick. And at the top of our list at number 1, the Mack. Goldie, played by Max Julian, decides to become a pimp in order to make a living after spending years in jail. Goldie's decision, however, jeopardizes his brother Alinga's efforts to eliminate drugs and violence from the community. Goldie quickly rises to prominence with Lulu, his head prostitute, at his side. However, his success attracts unwanted attention from Goldie's former criminal boss, Fat Man. Refusing to work with Fat Man, or two corrupt detectives that also approach him, Goldie's mother is eventually caught in the crossfire. Goldie and Alinga then develop a plan to seek revenge. And that's the end of our top 10 blaxploitation list. Are there any we might have missed? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to head over to filmdoo.com/playlists to create your own movie lists that could even be made into one of our future videos. If you like our stuff, please give us a like, comment, or share the video, and tune in next time for more film lists.